The one thing that I did was I initially went out and I read and researched what would be considered all the current trends in facility maintenance. I actually found and studied over 250 articles, online articles, from individuals who are considered experts in facility maintenance, and read their material. Then I also went in during this 2-week period of time. I read 7 or 8 very in-depth books on facility maintenance, materials maintenance, professional housekeeping services, operations, failure analysis, to try to get a sense of what best practices are and what I should be looking for on behalf of the client. And this information helped me understand what my criteria should have been, based on what I was understanding about Kreider, its past and where it needed to go, and based on where the industry is going, and try to get the two of those matched up. I then used an application that I use quite a bit to solve problems and to do research. It has about 150 search engine tools built into it, so it goes way beyond Google or Bing or anything like that. It also understands and can determine if something is being pushed forward by a very skilled SEO, and making this thing rank higher than maybe it should. I began to use these key indicators, these key words based on the research, and I began to let this application function. And what kept coming up in this process was maintenance assistant. It kept coming up in different categories and different recommendations. So I actually, in all, I looked at over 350 plus software solutions, which they could have been anywhere from on-premise. They could have been on-premise. They could have been an SaaS, or it's something we built from scratch. And I began to narrow this down to approximately 8. And at that point, I took those 8 and I began to go out and begin dialogue with each one of the providers. I got to see live demonstrations. I got to play around with them. I would start to go into any boards that people might be communicating what they really thought of the software. And then I took all that, evaluated that using different types of problem-solving tools that I used, began to evaluate and come down to what I thought was the best solution for Kreider based on everything I know.